Thanks for joining me for this speedy chair yoga practice that you can do at your desk. So obviously, I do not have a desk, so you can see what I'm doing, but this should be a great one. You have a quick minute in your working day. So I invite you to join me with your feet, both feet planted on the ground in front of you and extending the crown of the head up. Relaxing your hands on your lap or on your arms if you've got them on your chair, but really supporting your own weight, making this time for yourself. And I'll invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes if you feel comfortable. This is your time. Going to try and ignore what's around us, left on our to-do list. Really give us this time. Find some peace, find some focus. And I'll invite you to think about your breath. Notice it as you breathe in through the nose. Maybe follow it, visualize the air goes in through your nose, down your throat, your chest, your lungs, filling your belly. And then as you exhale, emptying out your lungs up through the chest and out through the nose again. I really encourage you to focus on your breath. If at any point something distracts you, maybe noises, you see something, thoughts about work that you want to be pushing away. There's no judgment. It's sometimes helpful just to notice so that you can consciously let it go. Now I'm going to invite you to do the thing that we always say don't do. Hunch your shoulders. Raise your shoulders up as high as they go. Squeeze them towards your ears. And then on an exhale, drop them. And I'm going to invite you to do that another 3 times. Your own breath, inhaling, squeezing up. And exhale, dropping them. And sometimes it can be great. You don't even know what hunching sometimes. That's computer life for us. Okay, last one if you're not there already. And then we're just going to take some movement. Been at my desk all day. Really like the rest of you doing this. Going to take the movement of the spine. You want to take a more traditional cat-cow movement. We're going to breathe in, shining the chest forward. And then exhale, rounding the spine, curving the back over. Inhale, arching the back. Maybe you lift your nose to the sky. Exhale, back the way you came, tucking your chin to chest, rounding the shoulders. Or if you'd rather, body is craving other movements, maybe circles, one way and the other way. Like whatever your body needs. Give you another maybe 3 to 5 breaths here. Or joining me back in this seated position, extending the crown up to the sky. Maybe this time notice your head. Again, computer life. A lot of us sit hunched forward with our neck protruding, but really consciously think about as you extend your crown up to the sky. Also think about your head, maybe drawing it back so it's directly over your heart, your shoulders, and also your pelvis. And taking a deep breath in and out. Now lift our arms up to the sky, however you have room to do that. Maybe we look up. And then we're going to take our right hand in our left, or right wrist with our left hand. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, we're going to bend to the left hand side. We want to keep our chest facing forward rather than down. And maybe we turn our nose up to the sky for a little bit of an added feeling, maybe your neck, your side body. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Last breath in. And exhale. As we inhale, then coming back up to center. Swapping hands. So we're taking the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, stretch, stretch up to the sky. And exhale, bend to the right. Remembering your breath. You can have your eyes open or closed. Whatever works for you. And on an inhale, coming back up to center. Stretch. Maybe you take your hands apart, stretch your fingers to the sky. And drop your arms on an exhale, giving your shoulders a little bit of a shake out. Rolling them back. Rolling them forward. And then we're going to find, again, a nice tall seated position, thinking about the position of our head. And we're going to focus a little bit on the neck. Maybe we warm it up a bit. So, on your next exhale, we're going to tilt your head to the left, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. If you're craving a little bit more, you might bring your left hand towards your right ear. Not pushing down, just letting gravity do the work, adding a little bit of pressure. And you can bring your right hand out as well if you want a bit more. Really, really active. Angling the palm to the ground, stretching. You might pet your dog. They're angling for some attention. Not part of the stretch. Added happy chemicals in the brain. And then we're going to go to the other side. So on an inhale, we'll unravel and come back up. Center. Do the same on the other side. So we're going to tilt our head right ear to right shoulder. And if you want that bit more, right hand to the left ear, left hand out. And then on your next inhale, unraveling that, coming back up to center. We're going to take a side stretch. So if you've got arms on your chair, that's great. We can work with them. So depending on how you're feeling, if you've got the space, you might lift your arms up to the sky with an inhale. If not, up super straight. And then on an exhale, twisting to the left. So we're leading this motion from our chest, from our breastbone here, not our neck. Move to the side only as far as you're going. And then you've got the choice of your hand placement. So on an exhale, dropping your hands, you might put your right hand on the outside of your left leg. And you could have your other arm on a chair, maybe your hand holding the arm of your chair with the other hand. With the chair I've got, I like to drape it over the back. You find you're twisting this deep, but you've got a high-backed chair or there's not space. You can bring your hand maybe behind your back to sit. Maybe your hand on your right hip. Really think about keeping stretched up to the sky with your head. You don't want to be collapsing. Maybe on each inhale, you can extend up a little bit more. And on every exhale, you twist a little bit more. And on your next inhale, unravel, arms up to the sky. And exhale, drop you to the other side, leading the motion with your chest. And remembering your breath. With every inhale, extending a little bit higher. And with every exhale, rotating from your chest. A little bit further. And on your next inhale, arms up to the sky, twisting back to the front or untwisting. And exhale, hands back, lap. Maybe take a little bit of movement. How's your body feeling after that? Any better than it was a few minutes ago when we started? At least so. We're going to take a little bit of movement for our wrists, for our fingers. I think we forget that we use them so much when we're using our mice and keyboards. We're just going to expand, stretch out your hands, and then ball them up really deliberately. And then stretch them out again, really actively spreading them wide. Back and maybe do this your own time. Maybe you want to go quicker. Maybe actually the slow movement's good for you today. Choice is yours. Do another couple of breaths. And then I'll ask you to bring your right hand out in front of you. So like you're saying stop to someone, palm facing forward. And just gently, with your left hand, push your fingers back a little bit. So we're keeping the palm flat. Stretching out the wrist, maybe your fingers. Be super careful if you hyperextend, if you've got really bendy fingers. You don't want to be bending the hand in half. Encouraging a little stretch, maybe down, forearm, back, just whatever your body feeling is what it needs today. And then we can do the same. Instead of having our fingers up, we're going to point them down and just gently push the back of your hand with your left hand, stretching the other way. And we'll release that, give it a little shake, and do the same on the other side. Stop with your left hand and just gently use your right hand. Encourage a little bit more of a stretch. I think we sometimes forget that our wrists and our fingers do a lot of work during the day. And then we'll flip our hand, go to the other side, putting a little bit of pressure on the back of our hand with our right hand. Okay, let's take that. I don't know about you, I felt that all the way up to my shoulder. Sometimes it happens. Okay, we're going to sit back again and then lean forward. So we're going to take a flat back and lean forward. So if you've got your desk in front of you, maybe you're not going all the way down, but just as far as you can manage, space around you with what your body can do today. And then on an inhale, we're going to come back up and that flat back. We're going to do that twice more. Going forward, flat back. Maybe we're looking up a little bit. Don't want to be crunching the neck either forward or back. Activating the muscles here. The lower back, the hip flexors, the ones we sometimes forget to use when we slump in a chair. When you've done your 3, I'm going to do the opposite. So if you have arms on your chair, it's a great time to down on them. For me, the sides of my chair, I'm actually just going to lift up a little bit. So I'm not lifting all the way up my chair. You're more than welcome to if you've got space. But just take a heart opener here. So we're arching forward, almost like you're going to push with your hands so that your glutes leave the chair. Feet planted firmly on the ground. And then back down. It's just a little bit of a counter stretch. And we'll go again. Inhale. Down. If you've got one more in you, one more. Then I'll encourage you to fold forward Again, only as far, but this time rounding your back. And notice the difference that you're feeling, making sure your shoulders aren't hunched up to your ears, keeping relaxed. And then slowly, your next inhale, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly as you like, coming up to a tall seated position with your neck, your head coming up last. Hopefully you're feeling good. Find stillness with me before we do a little bit for our legs, which, again, get really tired when we're there after a day work. So I encourage you to straighten your right leg out in front of you. It doesn't have to be far, doesn't have to be as high as mine, doesn't have to be straight. Whatever your body needs today. I encourage you to point and flex your toes, really activating the leg. And you might feel this in your ankles, calves, and up to your hip flexors. And then you have the space to do so after doing some circles one way, the other. Then bring your right foot across your left thigh, sitting cross-legged, keeping your knee out to the side. And here you might want to apply a little bit of pressure to your right knee, keeping your right toes flexed, and staying here for a few breaths. Depending on your body today, you might feel this on the outside of your glutes, on the outsides of your legs, even on the inside sometimes, whatever your body is feeling today. It's amazing what sitting at our desks all day can do to us. Then on your next exhale, I'll invite you to unravel, plant your foot on the ground, and we'll do the same on the left-hand side. So raising your left leg up, flexing your foot up to the sky, and then pointing it. Taking some foot circles to the left, right. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, lifting that leg up, crossing your ankle over the right thigh. So you're cross-legged, flexing your left toes, and maybe applying some pressure. Shouldn't be feeling any pain at all. I'll invite you to take your last breath here. And then on your next exhale, unraveling and planting your feet back on the floor. I invite you to take any movement, any stretch, any movement, your shoulders, your back, legs, that you feel like you need right now. When you're ready, I invite you to join me in this lengthened, seated position, crown of the head extending towards the sky. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping that breath going. Feeling the gratitude towards yourself for making the time for this practice today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take some gentle movements in your fingers, your shoulders. Blink your eyes open. Bring yourself back to the present. I hope you go about your day feeling better than when you started this practice. A little bit looser, mind a little bit clearer. Namaste.